Welcome to this week's edition of Tribal Studios. I'm Evan Tindle.
And I'm Nathan Coatney. On today's show, our news story will focus on the ongoing expansion of Highway 160. Our sports story will have highlights from the boys soccer fall classic last weekend, as well as other scores from this week.
We will also feature a spotlight on Mr. Bruner, a promo for the Fall Blood Drive, and a man on the street about the public education system.
The expansion of Highway 160 has come a long way since they first started midsummer of 2019, but there is still plenty of work to be done. The project has a big effect on students' commutes, especially students living in Springfield.
Students driving in and out of Willard are more likely to run into construction trucks going around 35 miles per hour. They're also likely to face lane closings and slight delays due to traffic.
It hasn't really affected it too bad. Occasionally it slows down, but honestly it hasn't impeded my ability to get to school.
There will be a roundabout added at Jackson Street, Farm Road 94, and Farm Road 103, Melville Road, and Hunt Road.
I think that it will help because we've seen in the past that the diverging diamond in Springfield and roundabouts that have been put in place in town have really sped things up and made things safer, so I think it will be better.
The expansion is projected to cost around $18.6 million and completed by December of 2020.
Boys soccer had their fall tournament this past weekend, October 4th and 5th, and placed second.
We prepare for a big game tournament. We go out, practice for a couple hours, and then we have team meal to, bond with the team and get to know each other pretty well before we start our match.
On March 5, 2019, senior Michael Finley was rushed to the emergency room after previously being diagnosed with the flu. The final diagnosis was double pneumonia and collapsed lungs. Michael received a lung transplant and ultimately many blood donations along his road to recovery.
On March 28, 2019, David and Erin Matthews received the news no family should ever have to. Their toddler Peyton was diagnosed with leukemia. Throughout his treatments, Peyton has received many blood transfusions, with the most recent one being just this week.
Blood transfusions have helped my son by not only allowing him to live give him some type of quality of life, but actually to keep him alive throughout this process. Without the blood transfusions, we probably wouldn't have him with us right now. Just one blood donation can save up to 3 lives.
Matthew Bruner is the SGA sponsor and a history teacher here at WHS. He is dedicated to keeping students involved in history and our government.
What roles do I play as a history teacher here at WHS? My goal as a teacher, I want to make class fun. I want to engage students every single day. I think my role here is I'm trying to create history majors. I know that may sound funny, but I'm trying to create political science majors.
I think that Mr. Bruner is a big part of Willard High School because not only does he teach government to the students at Willard High School, but he also runs SGA, which is Student Government Association, and that kind of trains us to be a bigger part of the government.
So if there was one thing that you could change about the public education system, what would it be and why?
Okay. The first thing I would do, actually the main thing I would do, is institute nap time.
Having more related courses regarding our future.
I would have the auxiliary gym converted into an area where they have all these cots.
Probably the time we start school, because it's been scientifically proven that our brains aren't properly functioning before 9 a.m.
So I think that block scheduling would actually allow us to better understand the things we're trying to learn.
The amount or opportunity for student and teacher input.
Public school would be vastly improved if there was content and relationship.
They will get a pillow and a blanket, and then they will go to a cot and sleep for 40 minutes.
And now for today's announcements.
Lunch today is pizza variety, golden corn, salad bar, fruit choice, and milk.
Did you know? Every 5 minutes, an Ozark area hospital patient receives a blood transfusion supplied by a CBCO donor. The WHS blood drive is Friday, October 25th in the Aux Gym.
Sign-ups will be held in the morning in the Commons or at lunch starting Wednesday, October 9th through Tuesday, October 22nd. You can also sign up with Mrs. Baxter. You must be 17 or 16 with parental consent and weigh 110 pounds or more.
Anyone who signs up Wednesday, October 9th through today will be entered into a drawing for a spaghetti lunch courtesy of Educators Rising.
The French Club is having their first meeting of the year next Wednesday, October 16th at 2:30 in room 167. Please bring your activity ideas and a friend. All students are welcome. Let's make it a great year of French fun.
Anyone who would be interested in participating for the Tigerettes for the upcoming competitions at MSU and MODTA state competition in Kansas City, please see Coach Cavender by today for more information. Competitions are in late January and February, and competition audition practices will begin on Monday.
Any girl interested in joining the Women's Tiger Wrestling team, please come see Coach Wisdom for more information. This will be the second year for Misha to recognize women's wrestling as its own individual sports.
Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for watching this week's edition of Tribal Studios. Tune in next week, Friday, October 18th for our next show.
Evan and Nathan signing out.